Hello everyone, Icy Hot Jacob Scott, bringing you a little recap of today's episode of WKW. So, we're not going to waste any time and get right to it with the first segment, which was a Mr. Davis promo. I'm noticing a pattern here. Anyway, Mr. Davis comes out and he is understandably furious that the WKW title once again went to WDW. And so as he's in the middle of making this promo about being how the fans are just super ungrateful and us are the wrestlers, the leader of the mob comes out and effectively tells him he intentionally lost just to piss Mr. Davis off. So that leaves Mr. Davis to a near breaking point, saying that the mob's not worth shit and the wrestlers aren't worth shit. And the mob leader not only pretty much tells Mr. Davis, no you, he warns Mr. Davis that they've gotten wind of a brand new addition to the roster, and if Mr. Davis starts giving him the Marcus Crow treatment, they're going to come straight for Mr. Davis and a new star. This already leaves Davis in yet another tight squeeze, but I don't know. His empire might be starting to crumble. I think right now he might just be a sad man talking to himself. So the first match was the Golden Gate Tag Team Champions, the Amazing Diamonds, that's MCon and Diamondite, going up against the Dynasty Warriors, Drake Roberts and Travis Robertson. Now this match, I'm sorry to say, this was as one-sided as you can get. I mean, sure, Drake was able to capitalize on a few mistakes made by both Diamondite and MCon, but he just couldn't keep up with him. The Amazing Diamonds showing their quickness and showing why they have been the tag team champions for 2.5 seasons now. They might hold it all the way to WrestleMania 4, we don't know. So basically, they drop Drake with Diamonds Are Forever and a dispatch of Travis so he can't come in, but they don't go for the immediate pin. Diamond Eye hits Drake with a Diamond Spear to make him use up his little kick out ability. MCon was keeping Travis at bay for Diamond Eye to hit a Diamond Cutter. 1, 2, 3. Amazing Diamonds win yet again. Now, I don't know. I've seen several teams try and many teams fail to beat the Amazing Diamonds even in non-title action here, which makes me realize, is anyone going to beat this team? Because, I mean, the way they've been going, they might be holding them all the way to season 5, whenever that is. So, the next segment was another promo, this time by El Peligro, former King of the Wolves champion, and in my mind, world's most dangerous luchador. I mean, hell, I saw his debut match. I wasn't sure how to feel about him at first. I mean, he's certainly grown on me now, but I don't know. It took some time. Anyway, El Peligro comes out and he's at the tipping point. He has had it with both Mr. Davis for promising him something that was never delivered, an opportunity at a big title match, and the Amazing Diamonds for constantly winning match after match. So, he announces that he will be joining the tag team division with a mystery star who we do not know yet, and he has vowed that he and his friend will be the one to take down the Amazing Diamonds. Believe that, muchachos and muchachas. Honestly, I've never seen El Peligro in a tag team before, and I, for one, am quite excited. Who is the person he's going to tag with? Who will possibly team with El Peligro? That's a question for me to know and you to find out. So the second match of the episode of WKW was the debuting Eric Black taking on Shelton Benjamin, the Golden Standard. Now, from what I saw on the back of Eric's vest, he had a tarot card. Namely, number 13, the Tower. Destruction brings creation. I like that. Kind of also fits in the fact that Eric Black is one crazy son of a bitch. Anyway, they are just tearing a house down, going move for move. There's a rather cool moment where Eric Black was going to go for a slingshot spear, but the ref got in the way and he got speared to all hell. He's probably going to want to take a little ice pack to that rib. Yeah, Black was showing this stuff, even though Shelton Benjamin was making one hell of a comeback attempt late in the game. But Eric Black was able to successfully beat Shelton Benjamin with a burning hammer move that, if I were a commentator, I would call it the beautiful disaster. But that's just me. What do you guys think his burning hammer should be called? Please let us know in the comments down below. Up next was Roderick Strong making a promo, pretty much saying how he was unhappy that he was not able to win the King of the Wolves title, but he had to give it a little handout to Happy Cole. They put on one hell of a match, and Roderick Strong has said that he wants to take a leave from WKW. He's turning his papers, and we don't know when we'll see him. But he did say one thing on his way out. He said he believes that the mob will change things, and if they do and remove Mr. Davis from the managing position, he might consider coming back. So does this mean Roderick Strong follows the commandments on Twitter? I don't know. We'll have to see where this goes. I hope Strong comes back. He was a great wrestler. Up next, we have Mustafa Ali going up against Akira Tadashi in an Extreme Rules match. Now, we all know that Akira took quite a beating at the Den in the Bank ladder match and has suffered a rib injury. Well, I'm not quite sure what has happened, because today his condition looked a bit worse. So much so that I almost think Mustafa might have wanted to take it easy on Akira if he could. But, you know, Akira, he's going to die trying to get a good moment in the ring. So we nearly had to call morgue on this one. Now, it was a good match, but there was one hell of a botch that happened. Akira got out of the table and set it on fire. Before any flaming spots can happen, he went for a slingshot move, and his leg went through the table. So he kind of put himself through the flaming table, but definitely not in the way that anyone wanted. And that wasn't the only fuck up he made. He was trying to do a little flying elbow drop onto Mustafa, who was on top of a chair. Mustafa moves, and the elbow hits the chair. I think Akira might want to get that elbow checked out as well. But despite a great comeback attempt from Mustafa, even going so far as to almost hit the 054, Akira was able to get the win with the Fang of the Dragon, Twist of Fate. 1, 2, 3. Akira wins that match. Now go get medical attention. You need it. Up next were the Steelbirds, Brian Steele and Billy Steele. You can only tell them apart because Billy has longer hair and Brian has, well, shorter hair. Going up against the Elites, Jeff Statham and Terry Terror, which they did try to unseat Karen Haku back when they had the titles in WDW. They were foiled multiple times, so now they made a little return to WKW. And it was a pretty good match. And even though I thought it was going to be a one-sided beatdown from the Elites, Steelbirds showing pretty much what I got that name. They got steel everything. Steel in their blood, steel in their heart, steel up their asses, out their asses. It was just one hell. They were showing determination. Like, Billy in particular was being hit by every finishing move you can name. Even that little executioner move they do. What do they call it? Oh yeah. They call it the Elite Executioner. He got hit by that twice and still kicked out. And they nearly got their little finisher up on Terry, and he was the fresher of the two men. Which, leave the weaker man to try and run in and defend. You're in trouble. But the Elite still got the win after a hard fought and honestly kind of much needed victory. After Brian got dropped with the Elite Executioner. 1, 2, 3, the Elites have won that match. Up next was a non-title match, kind of just to show that Morpheus believes he belongs in WKW now that he has one of their championships, despite being from WDW. His opponent, the first time, it's Skull Fist, aka Skullmageddon. Now, this this wasn't pretty to watch. I mean, Skull Fist is a really good wrestler, but he just seemed really off his game today. I don't even know what was going on through his head. Morpheus drops him with a more phenomenal bomb. 1, 2, 3. Morpheus is your winner. But what's that? Do I hear music? It's Cyrus cashing in the Den in the Bank contract that he has just a day after winning it. He really wants to get that title back to WKW. And he has a way opening flurry of offense, complete with rolling seppuku and the seppuku drop. Morpheus kicks out. Morpheus puts in some offense of his own, even to the point where Cyrus ended up being in the danger zone. However, that would not be the case, as Cyrus only had to hit the seppuku drop to weaken Morpheus. That pin didn't work, and Morpheus is going for another more phenomenal bomb. He hit a sliced bread, if that means anything. But Cyrus not only countered, he locked in a seppuku clutch, and Morpheus actually tapped out. The title is back in WKW. Cyrus, you are once in a lifetime the face of WKW. Feel good about yourself. I know I feel good about your moment. Go celebrate. You need it. The 9th match kind of threw us off for a loop. We thought it was going to be the main event, but we later eventually found out it wasn't. The match I'm speaking of is Kino Kobashi, who had just finished beating Larry's streak, going up against Jay Porter, and wow, is all I can say. Kino is starting to look weak out there in the opening minutes, with Porter just being super quick and throwing everything he has at him. Kino did try to make a few comebacks, but the match really started picking up when they were going under a full-on reversal chain. You can always count on Kino to deliver one of those. And this was after he sustained an Abra DDT, so somehow he was still of sound mind to even attempt such a thing. And towards the end, Jay Porter was looking at a lion salt. He completely missed. Kino Kobashi dropped him with a clash. And then lastly, a knee of the week. 1, 2, 3. Kino Kobashi has beaten Jay Porter, and now he's self-proclaimed on a winning streak again. 2-0, even though he's lost countless numbers of times before. So you're getting a little egotistical there, Kino. Stop, please. Anyway, Kino Kobashi was your winner. Larry, I don't know how you're going to feel about that. We're just going to have to see what you say next week. And the true main event of the evening was Shattuck going up against Kyle Noble under a temporary working contract with Paul Heyman. Now, I know what you all might be thinking. This might have been yet another pretty much squash victory with Kyle Noble. No, is my answer to that. It was anything but. It started out that way, but Shattuck really wants to get a little notch win on Noble, and Shattuck has been known for causing upset victories to happen. There are quite a few close calls, especially when Noble was able to hit a Noble sacrifice, but Shattuck kicked out at 2.9. He was this close to losing, but he didn't. He even got to the point where Noble was in trouble a few times after being hit with the Shadow Switch. But all good momentum must come to an end, as after a Noble 30 from Noble, Shadow just couldn't recover, and a Noble sacrifice sealed the deal. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Noble is your winner, and this will certainly put momentum on his quest to become the WKW champion. Hopefully, if he can't beat Marcus Crow, might as well try and take it off Cyrus. Kind of reignite that rivalry a little bit. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was my recap of this episode. What did you guys think? Be sure to let your opinions know in the comments. And so, this is Icy Hot Jacob Scott saying, feel the flame, fear the cold, but most importantly, have a good night. See you later.